So this year, I was lucky enough to play the best gig I think I'll ever play. Hopefully not the best gig I'll ever play. Hopefully I'll get to do something like this again. But it was a pretty special gig. It was with Whatever, the Oasis trip, and it was Camper Jam 2022. Now, this had been booked for... Now, this has been booked since before the pandemic. So we're knocking on the door now of, I don't know, 2 years? 2.5 years? Yes, it got cancelled twice. God knows how we got on it, because when we first got on it, we'd only just started going, and it was like, who's gonna... There's so many other Oasis tributes out there. It's a pretty saturated market. Yeah, we I don't know. Andy, the guitarist who manages most of the gigs, knocked it out of the park this time. Just absolutely smashed it. Anyway, so yeah, rolls around finally. We hear that it's sold out, and it's sold out to the tune of 40,000 people over the whole weekend. That's not just one day, that's the whole weekend. So it's a small-ish festival, but for an Oasis tribute that, like 2 weeks before, we're playing in a dodgy pub somewhere to like 200 people, that is immense. So anyway, yeah, me and Granger drove down together. We took I've got a caravan that we go away with the family. Okayed it with the guys for us to be able to stay over. Andy rented a camper van. Jordan took his caravan down, and Daz, I think he was sleeping in his mate's van. He's got a mate, Lenny, who comes to loads of the gigs, and they were sleeping in his van. So yeah, we all trekked down. It's massive. It takes probably a good 10-15 minutes to drive through all the people and all the caravans and vans and stalls and whatever. We see this massive bell tent, absolutely huge, and that's the main stage, is in this giant bell tent. So yeah, we get all set up, wander down, and I was pretty hyped up. I was pretty hyped up for this one. This one was gonna be mint. This one was gonna be cool. Walk in, and there's some, I think like a mods kind of, the Jam, that kind of thing, band, and the place was empty, and I was devastated. And I was like, oh god, we're gonna have this massive space to play in and no one there. So anyway, the band before us get on, do their quick line check and start, and again there's probably 200-300 people in there. No one really came down to the front. They were great. I can't remember their name. I'll have to find out the name. I will put the name here. Here is the name of the band that not supported us, but the one before us. So it's about 2 o'clock now, and so this other band finish. When I saw there was no one in there, I thought, let's just get this over and done with. Anyway, we wander over. There's like a dressing room sort of tent towards the back of the area, the artist area. Wander over, get changed, and as I'm walking back towards the big tent, I can see one of the camping fields, and I can just see people, just people, just walking across with chairs or whatever else, just people. And one of the bouncers told us that the only reason he'd agreed to work the weekend was because he wanted to see us. And he said that most of the people that he'd spoken to were there to see us, which is nuts. Like, insane. So yeah, we go in, we can just about see part of the audience from backstage, and it's looking like it's starting to fill up. So the sound man kicks in Fucking in the Bushes, which is the Oasis like walk on tune, and the place erupts, and we walk out on stage, and I'm not gonna lie, my arse fell out. It was full, front to back, outside, it was madness, absolute madness. I don't really remember much of the set, but I remember coming off. It was a good set. We played well. We played really, really well. I remember coming off and phoning Hannah, my wife, and I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit of like an emotional wreck. Like, just played to like, I don't know, maybe 4, maybe 5, maybe 6,000 people, all singing back at you, all going mental at the end of every track. It was just madness. I remember walking forward, and as a sound tech, and well, an ex-sound tech, I'd have shot someone for doing this to me, but I stood on the subwoofer. Yeah, stood on the subwoofer in front of the stage to do the solo for Live Forever, and I remember as I like hit the first note, just as a roar from the crowd, and it was like, it sent shivers up your spine. Like, it was just mad. I sing Little by Little and Don't Look Back in Anger, and I nearly bailed. Well, I tried to bail singing Don't Look Back in Anger. I tried to get Daz, our Liam, to sing it, because I was like, well, I'm not sure I've got the balls to do this. Mainly because I wanted it to be like it's a special thing. Like, when you're in a band, it's like having 4 girlfriends at the same time. Like, it's full of drama, it's full of, you know, it's like being in 4 relationships at the same time. It's crazy, especially when you've worked as long as we have now. Like, I think we're knocking on 4 years now. It's just absolute pinnacle of my career so far, of anything. And every time I think about it, or, you know, talk about it with someone, I got a stupid grin. You can just get a stupid grin on your face. And it's something that I feel so privileged to have been able to do. And something that I used to sit at home when I lived at home with my parents, and we used to like flick between all the music channels. And we used to watch all the festivals on TV when they were live, and we'd all be sat there going, "Oh my God, can you imagine doing something like that? Like, all these people sing. I mean, I know it's not my songs, but I'm playing them, just singing it back at you." And I got to do it, and it's something that I don't think every musician's ever going to get the opportunity to do. I'm not sure if I'm ever going to get the opportunity to do it again. I really hope we do. But it was a very, very special day for me, and just a dream come true. Like, so yeah, that was the gig that ruined gigs for me. It's hard to go from that back to playing in a pub with like 50 or 100 people looking back at you. But we do what we do because we love it, whether we're playing to 5,000 people or whether we're playing to 10 people, you got to put on the same kind of show. But yeah, that Camper Jam 2022 was hopefully a bit of a turning point in my life where I kind of went, I want to do this like full time. Yeah, I want to do this full time. Anyway, I shall see you in the next video. Hopefully like and subscribe if you feel sent that way inclined. That'd be lovely. And yeah, see you next time.
Absolutely a fucking amazing crowd. We've been whatever, you've been amazing. Cheers.